Alrighty guys, we're back for Mono Red Pain, and this is an Edge of Eternities standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We got all four Pain for All, 3 mana aura enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. Cool stuff. Also, all for Screaming Nemesis. Not going to take the time to go over this one, huh? And we're going to be pairing Nemesis and Pain for All with a bunch of board wipes, too. We got a couple Slagstorm here, for example, but then we also have a top end of all four Nibelheim Aflame. 4 mana sorcery speed, one that we don't get to see too often. Choose target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4 cards. It has a flashback cost for 5 and double red, which is pretty steep, but honestly not going to be completely unheard of in here, because we have a whole bunch of ramp packed in. Piggy Bank is one of those ways to ramp. It's a 2 mana 3/2. When it dies, you create that treasure token. Okay. Here's some more ramp, though. We got all 4 Sunset Strikemasters, too. 2 mana 3/1. You can tap it for a red source. It also has a bottom ability that could come in handy. Not going to take the time to go over it right now. Similar concept with Zookeeper Mechan. Has a bottom ability. Not going to take the time to go over it right now, though. It's a 2 mana 1/3. You can tap it for a red mana. That's really why it's in here, huh? Now, between the Zookeeper Mechan being an artifact creature and the Piggy Bank, it's not going to be unheard of to bargain up the Torch the Tower. Should be excellent spot removal in here. All 4 of them making the cut. We do have more board wipes with a single fire magic making the cut too. A top end of Enduring Courage to go ahead and give our creatures haste, but also Enduring Courage is one that really doesn't mind dying to our board wipes and whatnot too because of that bottom Enduring ability. We got some utility land in the mana base with a couple Cori Mountain Monasteries. So we don't have plains or islands. We're just counting this as a tapped land for this deck list. I was a little concerned that we're not seeing too much off the top in this deck list in particular, so maybe Cori Mountain Monastery could help us with that. The bottom ability of 3 and a red, you can tap it, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. I just kind of figure if we have a Zookeeper or 2 on the board, it won't be unheard of to actually use that bottom ability to see more off the top. Also have a Lindblum over here. 25 total mana is a chunk of mana, dude, so hopefully it's not too much. Over in the honorable mentions, I considered Charming Scoundrel. Count on Luck could have been pretty cool in here. I just don't know what to drop to add it, right? Witchstalker Frenzy is definitely one to consider, especially if you want to smack your own nemesis with it or something. And then also, I thought about the new Memorial World, too. Yeah, I thought about a lot of different utility lands, but this also could have been pretty neat in here, honestly. Okay, guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be pretty decent. It's also like, it's a mid-range deck list disguised as an aggro deck list or something. You know what I mean? Okay, we keep this. Especially if we can successfully ramp into the Enduring Courage. I'm not going to worry about the adventure. I'm just going to get the Lindblum down right now and also not worry about keeping Fire Magic open. Well, honestly, Fire Magic would have been pretty good to pop that Llanowar out. It's something to consider for sure, especially since now that we still want to ramp into Courage, we're just going to let them keep the elves around. So let's see what they get to ramp into here instead. Passage Chocobo and Table Passage. That's going to be an escape tunnel. Similar concept, I suppose. Now, with the Llanowar Elves open, that could be a Snakeskin Veil. The Snakeskin Veil does help them get around, like, the fire magic and stuff. Cori Mountain Monastery. Alright, let's go ahead and... I mean, maybe we should just Nibelheim Aflame while we have it, huh? Snakeskin Veil still helps them get around that, though. Okay, this is still probably worthwhile. Let's see if they do have that Snakeskin Veil to protect the Chocobo. Because at least that'll be one Snakeskin Veil out of their hand. It wasn't, though. Huh. And then next turn, The Monastery can come down, and we still have 4 mana for the Courage. Bristly Bill. Okay. They still got that 1 mana. Maybe we go Pain for All. Try to pop the Bristly Bill. They missed the Veil last turn, but that might just mean they were saving it to protect more important creatures. Alright, I'm going to try it. Pain for All. Definitely feels like a Veil. Definitely. Yeah, I think the opponent saved it. There it is. Fire Magic doesn't hit the Bristly Bill, but now we get to hit face. We also get a swing here too. Because they don't... Snakeskin Veil doesn't give indestructible like some other protection spells. Alright. More board wipes off the top would be good. We're actually 1 mana away from the 6 mana version of Fire Magic, which won't pop the Bristly Bill. So, Nibelheim Aflame is also pretty far from popping Bristly Bill. In this deck list in particular, we're really looking at 3 damage with the Nibelheim. World Soul's Rage. Oh, holy cow, guys. Okay. We're up against Gruul Landfall, not Mono Green Landfall. We do find more mana, which I don't mind at all. I think we can still get there, but I do think we're in a lot of danger, so we'll see. Enduring Courage, come on down. Potentially a good emergency block. We don't need to pop the Llanowar Elves here. We could, though. 1 extra creature off the board. They could put extra counters onto it, too. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on the Fire Magic. As is Chocobo. Yeah, by keeping the... Oh my goodness, dude. Right, so, at instant speed, pop the Fable Passage, counter onto the Elves, counter onto the Chocobo. Fire Magic does nothing here. Although, guys, now when they pop the Fable Passage... Okay, I'm going to keep the Enduring Courage around in case we top deck a Nibelheim Aflame. Now when they pop it, the Traveling Chocobo's on the board, so they actually get all the landfall abilities twice. So maybe I should have done this, right? Maybe. So that way they didn't get the abilities 2 times off the Traveling Chocobo. Okay, we're 1 mana short from Nibelheim Aflame back from the grave here. 3 damage to everything. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really work, does it? On the Fire Magic. Maybe we could just go... Maybe we could get some good blocks because they don't have trample on the board. And then the ramp off the Piggy Bank. We could also full swing. Attempt the second ability on Fire Magic. No, I guess it doesn't matter because they're boosting all this so well. I guess we have to keep blockers. Especially since we're at 8 too, so... Oh, another Traveling Chocobo. I think that's probably game, right? I guess again, before the other Traveling Chocobo came down, we probably should have played the Fire Magic, right? I guess. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do here, guys. We try to chump Bristly Bill. Then they double. They win with the Saz's Chocobo, right? But then all the doubles from the Bristly Bill goes on to the Traveling Chocobo. But then all the... Yeah. It doesn't really matter, right? So I guess we'll block here. And then we won't actually have a target. Holy cow, guys. I completely overlooked the fact that if they actually do it first, then we're good to go. Guys? Guys, we're safe. Yeah, because we were looking at the Fable Passage as a way for them to defend, since they were using it as a way to actually attack. We had the ultimate defense. That's actually crazy business, man. Holy cow. Nemesis as a blocker, I suppose. I hope they don't have haste in there, huh? Yeah, we're going to try to push this damage through. Traveling Chocobo, number 3. I take that block all day. I'd love to remove this board state, but I think we just hit face. There we go. Pain for all. Wow. Wow, guys. Oh my goodness. What a game. What a match. The instant speed on Fire Magic being absolutely essential there, right? Our other board wipes in the deck list are sorcery speed. But yeah, number 1, yeah, like the fact that they actually went on the offense meant our Fire Magic did the job and did it way too well. Oh, buddy. It's something I just completely overlooked too until it actually happened, until, you know, we actually got the stop on the stack of the Fable Passage. Crazy business, man. Let's keep the ball rolling. That was a good first game. Keep it. Pretty much keep any hand that offers a turn 3 courage. Mechan has a higher chance of survival than Strikemaster. It'd be Strikemaster if we planned on attacking, though. Bitter Triumph to the bottom. Fear of missing out. No, not to the bottom, to the grave. Jumbo Cactuar in the grave as well. I'm not scared. Are you guys scared? Totally not. Maybe I just dump all the ramp out of hand over the courage. We're fine. We still have another turn before they reanimate, right? So, I was going to say removal on the fear of missing out could be good that turn, but Conduit Pylons. Okay, Mountain. Fear of missing out. See what else they plug into the grave. It's going to be a Trumpeting Connoisseur. They don't have a good swing here. We do find more mana off the top. So, Pain for All gets rid of a fear of missing out, but plugs an enchantment into the grave, so that way their other fear of missing out has Delirium. It could make the Enduring Courage a pretty good blocker as long as they don't have Trample on the board. Hold on, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. 5 mana total. We should probably play the Pain for All while we have it. I know it finishes their Delirium, but there's probably a strong chance that they finish the Delirium anyways. And double fear of missing out with anything hasty could be devastating. This time we're going to get Strikemaster down. It's a good swing, right? Or we can torch the tower with the Mechan. Regardless of what they bring back next turn, fear of missing out is probably a problem. The trade here is good. Maybe we just get 8 through. Or the trade ends up being decent, right? A decent 2-mana card for a decent 2-mana card. I guess at that point, guys, something else to consider is, you see how we boosted off the courage, the Strikemaster? We could have Strikemastered first and then put the Pain for All there and then done 5 damage to their face. So Vel'Gavoth's Faithful is how they plan on reanimating. That's great news for us. Get the Zookeeper down, gets haste. I guess we could offer a block first, right? And then do Torch the Tower at the end. Because a block would be better if they have a second Faithful in hand. Taking a look here. They did send that Bitter Triumph earlier, so kind of waiting for a Bitter Triumph in the opponent's hand. Since they sent one off the top, meant that they already had enough removal in hand ready. They do go for the Bitter Triumph and they send a mountain. Okay. They probably don't block because it's only 4 damage coming through. And then before they untap, for sure, we want to go ahead and pop this. Even though Faithful says activate only as a sorcery, we don't want any other shenanigans getting in our way of stopping their reanimation. At this point, here's one of those games where I'm a little concerned that we won't see much off the top. They do find a Zombify anyways, guys, and they find a Vel'Gavoth's Faithful, which is terrifying. Pain for all is not going to be enough here. At least we can pop the Faithful. Now, going all in onto the Courage probably isn't the greatest bet here. It could be really good. The problem is if they have another piece of removal, I do like how the Courage could stack the Pain with a block, right? That actually sounds pretty cool. Let's try it. Let's see the stack. Get rid of the Faithful so they can't bring back the Cactuar. And then I guess we could swing, bring them down to 11, or we could wait for... Yeah, I'll go for the swing. Yeah, why not? Oh! Oh! Good game, opponent. I don't know if they knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, it takes 7 damage because the trample would have only been on the on their swing, right? So I guess that's a thing. Oh my goodness, man. Good game, good game. So many reanimation pieces ready for them too. With Jumbo Cactuar in the grave, they had the Zombify, the double Vel'Gavoth's Faithful. I mean, so far so good, but I don't know what's happening here, man. I have no idea. Again, I'm a little concerned that we're going to fizzle out in our hand often, so we have to see how often that actually happens. There are going to be some games where the actual draw 4 on the flashback on Nibelheim Aflame is going to be pretty good. At that point, 25 mana for a very good reason, even with all the ramp. We're going to give this a shot. Hello, opponent. Wow, we do not get many hellos. We make sure to drop it in return. Yeah, probably Piggy Bank next turn over the Mechan. Because if we had something else to ramp into, that'd be fine. Just like more damage on the Piggy Bank, though, makes more sense to me. Yeah, it's actually pretty neat. So Nibelheim Aflame, usually going to do like a base of 3 damage or so. But it's pretty neat that the Enduring Courage boosting the creatures, then dropping a Nibelheim Aflame could do even more. A similar concept to the Pain then, too. Alright. That's not a great one to drop a Get Lost on, let me tell you guys. Oh, Authority is quite possibly one of the worst cards to go up against. But, for this deck list, of course, right? But I think we're fine. Go for the swing. We could start with the Pain for All. They do some damage. That doesn't seem that great, right? Probably start with the swing. It was nothing. We drop the Pain for All, I guess. They just wipe it or pop it. Get a little bit of ramp. I'm going to hold off on that, actually. Let's get the other Piggy Bank down. Especially since if we find an Enduring Courage, it's not like we're going to be able to give haste to the Piggy Banks at all. Oh, they miss mana here, guys. That's not good news for them at all. Alright, let's see if they find a counterspell for the Nemesis. That would be really good. They do find a counterspell, which gives us a great swing on the ground with the Piggy Bank since they're tapped out. Down to 12. 2-turn clock, opponent. Find that mana, buddy. There they go. Consult the star charts. We've been seeing a lot of that. They miss mana. Oh, wow. That's rough, man. That's not how I like to win. But I mean, the opponent could still have an incredible comeback here. Finding the third and going Pinnacle Star Cage. Okay, good game, opponent. Yeah. I guess they didn't have a very good lineup in hand either, even if they missed. Hey, bottom of platinum. That's where I like to be, guys. That's where we like to hang out. Cool. This deck list is neat so far, right? It definitely is putting up a fight, but it also feels like we're getting a little lucky too. Guys, while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. Additionally, guys, the YouTube side of things. If you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you, thank you. This is a lot of mana, but I don't care. Even more mana off the top. Bring it on, game. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, hey, I really like this might. I'm building around it currently. Let's see what the opponent's cooking with over there. Excited to see this for sure. So what this does, guys, it's a 1 green mana 1/1. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. Look at that. That's beautiful for the opponent. We are just going to take the 5 because I don't want to lose the Strikemaster, because Pain for All does pick up the Bailiff regardless here. More mana off the top because I taunted the game. Oh dear. Oh dear, guys. Right, so let's go for the swing. Yeah. Yeah, there's a chance they have another Bailiff in hand and we go down to 10 here. Or third mana, second Bailiff, giant growth. We die. We don't actually die. Wait, do we die? Wait a minute. Third mana, second Bailiff is 4. Giant growth is another 3, then another 4. So 11 damage. That would be crazy, dude. Alright, Innkeeper's Talent. Cool. Mana War Elves. Alright. Alright, we definitely want one of our board wipes. I mean, we got plenty of them in here for a reason. Oh no, guys. We've literally only drawn mana so far. Quarry Steel's open. We're going to keep Quarry Steel open and have a good block with Strikemaster, I hope. I taunted the game, guys. I taunted the game. I said, bring on the mana. This is what we get. 7 mana in the top 10 cards. That is a flood. Sometimes I ask the question, hey, is this a flood? No, this is a flood. I don't need to ask the question this time. Tavern, what they call? Plant. Oh. Oh. That 4 mana plant card, right? Totally. Maybe they're missing it, though. Tumblewag. Okay, mono green counters. Scary business. If they miss Trample on the Might, we could have a pretty good... block. Maybe we take the damage for the turn. They have a fight spell too. Strikemaster's really good against fight spells, I guess. No, they want to fight it before their creature gets too large, or they could use Llanowar Elves to fight it too. Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, if we wait too long to block, we might not have any good block. Like, they could have a way to give Trample, for example, which would not be unheard of in here at all. If they plug it all into the Might, then when they full swing... Okay, they're not plugging it all in. They don't want all their eggs into one basket. But that does give us a trade into the Might, though, which is definitely worthwhile. So we take the block first. Then we activate Cori Mountain Monastery. Mountain off the top. Guys, I think it was time to lose. I think... Hey, Pain for All is not terrible, I guess. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll pop the Little Elves. Tumblewag's still going to be a huge problem here. Now, Nibelheim Aflame with an empty board state is not going to clean up anything from the opponent. And a Tumblewag swing, they need to saddle for the double the +1/+1 counter abilities, so maybe they run out of creatures here. Be pretty good luck for us, I would say. Saz's Chocobo. Saz's Chocobo. Forest. Okay, that's a pretty good turn as they dump their hand onto the board state and have plenty. So actually they're not saddling though. That's probably good news, right? Yeah, they could have saddled up, plugged all the extra counters into the Tumblewag, and then doubled. No blocks. Down to 6. Let's see if this if we find something off the top here. Because we could still clear the board state with a Slagstorm. Did we find it, guys? Did we do it? Is that the Slagstorm? Holy cow, dude. Really, really bad, huh? Well, we're not dead yet because we still have a block. But, wow. 7 mana on the board. Pass it on back, huh? See if the opponent misses. Even if they miss, they have level 3 on the Innkeeper's talent. If they gotta spread this wide. If they put all their eggs into one basket, then we have just way too good of a block. It doesn't trade, but we get a significant chunk of damage through. They do find a forest here. I would count that as not missing. Although they could have activated Innkeeper's talent first and doubled the Saz's Chocobo's counters, right? So activate level 3, then drop the forest, get the double counters on the Chocobo. Now they definitely should saddle the Tumblewag, right? They want to spread this wide, put it on the Tumblewag. They didn't saddle again this turn, guys, so they're not going to be doubling any of these counters, which I guess makes a little bit of sense. Let's see where they plug these. Yeah, if they double the counters, the Mechan with the Pain for All could end up being deadly, so they go Saz's Chocobo up to a 5/6, which gets them around the Zookeeper's ability here, but they do swing with the Tumblewag. Actually, they're wide enough. Yeah, they have 8 going through no matter what here. Oh, guys, we'll just use this mountain as a piece of removal real quick, and we'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and activate the... Why don't we have... Oh, wait. Do we not have this? Oh, activate only as a sorcery. Oh, you learn something new every day, guys. Zookeeper's bottom ability is activate only as a sorcery. Wow. And Torch the Tower is actually really good, man. We could have survived the turn if I would have blocked a Saz's Chocobo. Right? That's crazy business. Yeah. Okay. Well. Pay the 1 for the ward. Enduring Courage. Hey, anything that's not a land. Good game, opponent. Good game. I guess I should have planned for that. Blocked the Chocobo. Seriously, I should have planned for that. I thought we were dead regardless of the swing, but we have 4 Torch the Tower packed in. There was a chance of finding something on the Cori Mountain Monastery, which has actually been pretty good little utility land so far, huh? All right, guys, we easily have time for another match, maybe even 2 games, depending on how fast they are, too. I mean, that game, too, we have all Nibelheim Aflames, all 4. We have 2 Slagstorms, and we have the Fire Magic, too, for 7 total board wipes in here. Just mountain after mountain. Like I made the joke, it was time to lose. But now, maybe we can end on a high note, too. Ooh, I don't know about this one. As I immediately keep it. Lindblum down tapped. Alright, Torch the Tower would have been good open, but if we miss an untapped source, we'd much prefer actually playing a 2-mana card. Yeah, Torch the Tower is great against Sanctifier, but the good news here is they missed their ley line, which hasn't happened in a while. So this is the first time, I think, since rotation I'm seeing mono white life gain miss the ley line, which is just actually really good news. We do end up missing the mana. We can still get the other Zookeeper down and still have Torch the Tower open. Which I think we will keep it open, although they could have a protection in there. Maybe we do. I'm going to let them keep the Sanctifiers. I'm going to pop in the Sky, and we're going to do it while they're tapped out. Just in case they have... Yeah, just in case they have something. I think the Sky Flyers are going to be more deadly than the Sanctifiers, but you can't be too certain until you know what's in their hands, so... Well, that's not good. That's definitely not good. I guess I'll try. Okay, nice. Pain for all. Number 2. Still missing the 3rd mana. 25 mana packed in, guys. Weird games. Very weird games. Enduring Courage, come on down, buddy. Can you block the Channeler? Probably just a chump. 3 cards in hand. It's going to be a Linden. This Channeler is getting dangerous all of a sudden. Especially if they find a way to get it into the air. Hopefully they don't. We'll chump. Wait a minute. If we drop... If Enduring Courage dies and we find a Nibelheim Aflame, we won't be able to take care of a lot of their board. We miss mana next turn, we won't have the Pain for all. Or, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm taking the 7. Down to 12. We need Enduring Courage on the board state. We do miss mana here, guys. We could double down on the Mechans, but I think we have to deal with the Linden. And then Enduring Courage becomes a very good blocker. We're hoping that they missed the ley line. I mean, they missed it at the beginning of the game. They might not have it here. If they do play it, they boost their board state. Okay, guys, mana off the top would be terrific, but more importantly, we need a way to deal with these creatures. A Screaming Nemesis would be really good. Ruin Lurker Bat, they do find another flyer finally, but I'm sticking by it. I think the Healer's Hawk was a great one. I'll take the block this turn. Nemesis off the top would be good. Land off the top would be good. This keeps them underneath the threshold for if they do find the ley line, and we actually just find more mana. Or more mana creatures. What we wanted is actual mana, right? So we could go double Mechans. We have a chump for 1 on the ground, gaining a ton of life here. I guess Piggy Bank would be a little better than the double Mechans if we plan on chumping, right? We could also go Pain for All and pop the Ruin Lurker Bat. But that doesn't seem that great, does it? I love that we're giving haste, but we are on the run. So, yep, Piggy Bank, chump the Channeler. The other Pain for All should be really good. Actually, instead of the Mechan, guys, I should have played the Strikemaster. I go back up to 22 here. We got 6 mana on the board. Can I borrow some mana, opponent? Hey, mana! But now we have... now we have 7 mana total because we get to keep all the Mechans around. Oh, man. Right, so we will get rid of the Ruin Lurker Bat, I guess, because they're going to be swinging over us this entire game. So Pain for All. Even on just one of the Mechans would be fine. We could keep the Strikemaster around in case we have to take out another flyer at some point. I need to put this on the one that's not tapping, so I guess we have to watch out for auto tapper, right? Like that. Up the Ruin Lurker Bat. Yeah, we have to watch out for flyers. We can play the Mechan by popping treasure token. Honestly, if we don't plan on blocking with the Strikemaster, we might as well do this. It's essentially trading a treasure token for a creature at that point. All right, guys. We'll see. We'll see. The Pain for All is actually really good. This is one of those instances, too, where if I would have put both Pain for Alls into one creature, then maybe... Well, let's see. Let's see. They go up to 25. They're going to go down to 12 here. Either way, they're forcing a block. We might as well block with the one with Pain for All, because there's no guarantee that they won't remove it with, like, a Sheltered by Ghost next turn, right? So they go down to 12. Like, maybe there's a chance that we find mana. So that's not good. That's not good news, guys. I was going to say, maybe there's a chance that we can slam all this excess damage through. Yeah, the first half of this game, I was in desperate need for more, but now it's too much, for sure. We do have that bottom ability. 1, 2, 3. No, we need chump blockers. I'm gonna swing with the Strikemaster. I'll take any trades, opponent. I'll take them. I should have kept the mountain in hand. Maybe they would have just taken the 3, but the trades are good for us too. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, they're just gonna take the 3 here. Good. That's really good news for us. Okay, the rest is back. Maybe we can get a double block on a Sanctifier. We gotta chump the Channeler. Yeah, we had to take the block with the Pain for All, because as soon as they top deck a Sheltered by Ghost, it's not looking great, right? They just swing with the Channeler. They're not taking their chances for a double block into their other creatures. With them at 10, I think we can get there, guys. I do. We just have to find a way around the Channeler. Fire Magic could do 2 damage to everything. At instant speed as well. Could wait for them to play more if they find more. We lose the Strikemaster if we end up doing that, though. See if we can get this through. This time they're willing to take a trade. Okay. It doesn't really change. It doesn't really change our line, right? Nemesis off the top would be insane as long as they miss the Sheltered by Ghost. We have 4 in here for a very good reason. Okay, we had to do 2 to everything anyways. So Vanguard, Channeler gets the boost. Okay. Do the chump because we have to. We can get there. We really, really can. I'm going to take this while we have it. I love that animation. Nibelheim Aflame. Where were you a couple turns ago, buddy? Holy cow. That would have been good when we actually had creatures on the board, right? But, well, the Channeler was still going to be a problem no matter what. So, we got 1 more turn of chumps until we find a Nemesis. Exemplar of Light. Oh, very nice, opponent. Very nice. This could be a deck that actually isn't running the ley line. That could be why they missed it at the beginning. Torch the tower. Okay, hey, good game, opponent. Let's go ahead and bargain up. We'll just do it on our turn. Pop the Exemplar. This could have been anyone's game, for real. Yeah, I believe that. Maybe I could have played it out a little bit better, too. Good game, opponent. Let's give you the Fancy Pants GG. I like the life gain deck list, guys, honestly. Oh, also, again, yeah, with Nemesis, right? At the risk of sounding like a broken record, oh, wow, Nemesis would have been crazy there because we would have stopped so much of the life gain, and we also had so much damage piling through, too, so we might honestly be favored against the life gain deck lists. We might be. Huh. I liked this one, guys. We're about 40 minutes in. We're going to end there. Wow, I guess a lot to say about this, right? So number one, Nibelheim Aflame usually going to be hitting everything for 3, and we would prefer that if we had a couple Nemesis on the board with a Pain for All or something too. Uh, swing on in, the opponent has a rough time blocking Nemesis, then drop a Nibelheim Aflame, or Nibelheim Aflame is a really neat board wipe in the sense that the creature that it targets, it's not wiping. So if you only had a Nemesis or something, or anything, right? You only had a Strikemaster on the board. You had this on turn 2. They let you keep it because they think it's weak. On your turn 4, you could drop Nibelheim Aflame, target the Strikemaster. I'm sorry, on your turn 3. What did I say? Turn 2 Strikemaster means turn 3 Nibelheim Aflame because you can tap this and ramp right into the Aflame. Target the Strikemaster, and then Strikemaster survives because it's deals damage equal to its power to each other creature, not to itself. It could be a one-sided early board wipe. Now think about all those sacrifice deck lists we were seeing over the past week or however long. I don't know when this video is going up. It might be 2 weeks now since the set's been out. No, probably not. This video should be out before that. About the last week or so, all the sacrifice deck lists where a board wipe on 3 is like almost necessary. Well, Slagstorm also fits that bill, right? But Slagstorm hits your own creatures too. Which of course we don't mind doing if we had a Nemesis or something with a Pain for All on it, but sometimes you just need something earlier. On Nibelheim Aflame, if you had a couple Piggy Banks set up in that mid game with a Strikemaster and you still target the Strikemaster, you're popping the Piggy Banks for treasure, now you're getting that extra ramp too. That extra ramp leads you into the flashback cost on the Nibelheim Aflame. Look at all these awesome synergies in here. Really cool stuff. I love all 4 Enduring Courage because when you have 8 2-mana cards that are ramping you into your 4-mana cards, having a powerful 4-drop is essential when you're ramping like that, right? I wouldn't say essential necessarily, but it's good. It's really good. Enduring Courage is one where we see so much removal anyways that now when the opponent removes it, comes back as an enchantment. Now all the other, even our little mana dorks, get a boost and have haste. That's cool. Also, guys, trying out Cori Mountain Monastery in here. I think it's these cards from what Tark here. Yeah, that's what it's called. These lands, the utility lands in particular from Tark here, are kind of getting overlooked in certain deck lists because, for example, this one, it enters tapped unless you control a plains or an island, and so we're not playing a plains or island, so it completely gets overlooked for mono red. But I think that in the right deck list, in a deck list like this, where we have some good ramp and we go into that mid game relatively well, this is a great card to see more off the top. And we even used it a couple times today. That's sometimes unheard of for utility lands. Sometimes the utility lands just literally do nothing, and I have to sit here at the end and explain why it's still worth having utility lands. But we actually saw Cori Mountain Monastery do something today. I think that's important. Keep your eye on these, for real. And the blue one also looks really good to me. I never see anyone playing the blue one with that bottom ability to make it so that way the next spell that you cast with it or whatever can't be countered. Something along those lines. Yeah, keep your eye on these. I think other mono-red mid-range deck lists could enjoy a Cori Mountain Monastery or two, and we really don't care that it's just coming in tapped. I like it. I'm keeping it as a 2 of in here for sure. I also really like all the Final Fantasy adventure lands. I think these are criminally underplayed. But I do understand. I get it, man. I get that tap lands in certain builds slow the deck list down way too far. I just don't think that this is the deck list that cares at all. I think we often have a turn 1 tap land, and that's totally fine and dandy. Now, against the meta that we've been seeing so far, a turn 1 tapped land with a Torch of the Tower in hand probably isn't the best thing, because yeah, you will immediately run into the Llanowar Elves, and you'll be like, well, I guess that would have been good to pop, right? But it really depends too, especially if the opponent already went first, so you already know what their turn 1 looks like. At that point too, though, if it's their turn 2, it's still pretty good to keep the Torch of the Tower open to pop their 2-drop as well. So That's all very important since we have all 4 Torch the Tower in here. There are going to be moments where the tap lands hold up your first turn, but only your first turn probably. I do like Torch the Tower being the spot removal of choice when we can pop a Piggy Bank, get a treasure token, pop a treasure token for the bargain as well, and you're not mad about that at all. The scrying always comes in handy too. The activate only as a sorcery on Zookeeper kind of tricked me in that one game. That's pretty funny. But there might be moments where you spend 7 mana to boost and then maybe get the last 5 points of damage through with a Zookeeper. It's going to be very rare. You're just looking at that top ability for both of these. And Strikemaster, though, that ability will come in way more often. But it does suck that you have to sacrifice the Strikemaster as well. So, yeah. Yeah, Nemesis. Nemesis? Were you in any of the matches today? Did you hide in the deck list, Nemesis? That's okay. That's okay. What that ends up meaning is in any of the games today where we didn't see Nemesis, it would have just been much better to see Nemesis, right? Probably. Probably in like literally all of them. But I can't quite remember. I don't know why. Some of the games are blurring together. I played way too much Magic today, I suppose, right? I'll have to go back through and watch the videos and see. Did we see Nemesis? I kind of feel like it hid in the deck list. Even if we saw Nemesis, since I'm blanking on whether or not we did, I guess we didn't see it enough, huh? 4 of these for a very good reason. Oh, hey, guys, put it on the do not craft list. Why? Because put everything on the do not craft list for the first couple weeks of any given set, especially a rotation set. No one knows where the meta is going to settle. It would be heartbreaking to craft a deck list, the meta settles on the opposite side of that deck list, and now you're getting obliterated for months. So yeah. But how expensive is it? Pretty expensive, I'd say. Let's take a look here. Common, uncommon, 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 common. Oh, those aren't bad so far, right? Pain for All is rare. Nemesis is mythic. Slagstorm's rare. Nibelheim is mythic, and Enduring Courage is rare. It's not as bad as I thought, but that's a lot of mythics. I will say this, though, as a red player, Screaming Nemesis has been a very worthwhile craft. Especially for me. I mean, every time you see anything in red, usually a Nemesis is on the opponent's board state, right? So I think it's been a worthwhile craft for literally everybody. But yeah, I will say that. But Nibelheim Aflame, probably not a worthwhile craft. I suppose you could base this one on your collection a little bit. Maybe you only have like 1 Nibelheim Aflame, but you have a couple extra Slagstorms. You could do that, I guess, right? Maybe you have 2 Nibelheim Aflame and you really liked how the fire magic was instant speed. Don't overlook fire magic, guys. Again, in the right build, a lot of this deck list is one of those things where in the right build, these cards can be very powerful. I could easily see a second fire magic for sure. All right, guys, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. Let me know what you thought of the deck list down in the comments for sure. What would you add or take out? How'd you like Pain for All? We're definitely going to be revisiting this at some point. So, all right, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.